try to use their white privilege? No. But you have some that do. You have a lot of it going on in the media right now, especially when you want to talk about the arrests that have been going on. People that have been getting arrested left and right, and some getting Burger King while others are getting thrown. Like, just, we're going to get into that. But what really made me think about that was, let's talk about Jared from Subway, Bill Cosby. So when everything came out with Jared from Subway, being found guilty of child pornography, him actually for years having another young lady in her teens go and scout other young teen girls to come by and have sex and record it and whatnot. So he has been found guilty. And if you don't know, Jared was the whole face of Subway, the guy that lost all that weight and all that jazz. And so, of course, we all know what's been going on with Bill Cosby. Well, I've seen a lot of posts, more specifically on my Facebook in my news feed, about people saying, well, look what's happening to Bill Cosby. Why aren't people questioning Jared? Is it white privilege? So me and my significant other and a few people were just like having really good discussions on that. Like, is that really white privilege? And I'm just going to give my view on it, and so you can give yours too. Here's how I look at it. When it comes to that particular situation, you have an icon. You have a historical figure icon for the black community who's been well respected for 20-some, if not more years. Then you have a guy who was just hired to be the mascot, the face of a food chain, a very well-known food chain. So in my opinion, you have one, and they both are fuck-ups, but you have one person who is losing a lot more than the other person, So, and that's why I think the outrage is more for Bill Cosby versus Jared, because in my opinion, I'm like, well, we're going to forget who the hell Jared is in a couple of years. But Bill Cosby, this is going to go down in history because he was highly respected, especially as a face of the black family in regards to media and entertainment. So this man is being stripped away of everything that, has been respected and built over the years, and that's going to go down in history. In a couple of years, they may replace Jared. Jared is replaceable. Cosby is not when it comes to, what he stood for. So that's why I kind of feel like in that situation, it was comparing apples to oranges. But, of course, we have many other cases that this has opened the gate for me as to why I wanted to do the topic, because I do personally feel that there are a lot of instances where there was white privilege given. But we'll definitely get into that.
And I'm glad you said that, because this is what made me definitely want to chime into this. Being the fact that if you actually pay attention to media lately, there's been a lot of things going on in regard to the African-American community where we have eventually gotten to the point where we have created a movement called Black Lives Matter. For those of you who don't know what's happening, over the course of the past year, there's been a large number of reportings of police brutality. Now, with the release of movies such as Straight Outta Compton, we've now come to realize that police brutality towards the African-American community has been in existence for a very long time. It's just with the use of the world's greatest invention by man, now making it possible for us to be able to get that information out there, not only available for everybody to see, but even faster. Even within moments of it happening now, people are starting to see these are things that are going on. But it's not the police brutality that people are really getting animate about. It's the result of it. Everything from George Zimmerman all the way down the line to the recent situation of Sandy Blake, where people are actually being killed, being put on trial, or even being set up to be put on trial and are getting off. Now, we are saying these things are white privileges, but the biggest problem is people don't understand what white privileges are, or let me rephrase that, white America wants to be naive about white privileges. So what I've done is I've been thinking about this topic for a while myself, that I've gone ahead and did some research. And Peggy McIntosh, which is the Associate Director of the Wesley College Center of Research on Women, actually describes white privileges as an invisible package of under-earned assets which I can count on cashing in each day. That basically sums it up in a nutshell. So basically what it is these are special privileges that no matter what's going on in society, I can count on these privileges to get me a little bit further in the world. So now you're saying to yourself, Tone, you still ain't set what these privileges are. I'm about to right now. I have a list of 20 commonly known things that you can ask yourself to see if you benefit for AKA white privileges. Number one, can I arrange to be in the company of people of my own race most of the time? So basically what that means is, can I expect that no matter where I go, I see my people? Now you might say, Tom, that's not really privileges. That's just being in the right place at the right time. That's true.
Yeah.
But keep that in the back of your mind. Can I go shopping alone most of the time? Pretty well assured that I will not be followed or harassed.
Yeah.
Damn. That's a good one. But Tom, maybe the sales associate is just following you because they work on commission. Okay, I'll give you that one. You can have that one. That might be the case. Can I turn on the television or open to the front page of a paper and see my people race widely represented? But Tom, usually we're on the front page of murders and killings, or you can turn on the news and somebody's always dead from us. Okay, I'll give you that too. But what about the rest of the TV? When I wake up in the morning, there's always more white people on whatever I'm looking at than black people. Think about it. Your news staff, 97% white. Your favorite TV show, mostly white. Your reality shows, you have to find the one black person on the show. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. When I'm told about our national heritage or about civilization, am I shown that people of my color made it what it is? But Tom, we're represented as slavery. Yeah, but we're also represented as getting our ass whooped for being black.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Tom, we're kind of even on that one. All right. Can I be sure that my children will be given curriculum material that testifies to the existence of their race?
No.
You got me on that one, Tom. All right. Can I go into a music shop and count on finding music of my race represented into a supermarket and to find the foods I grew up with, or into a hairdresser shop and find someone who can deal with my hair? Tom, that's all black people everywhere. True, black culture has assimilated themselves into every place I go, so I give you that one. All right. Whether I use check, credit card, or cash, can I count on my skin color not to work against the appearance of my financial responsibility? Tasha, when was the last time you went to apply for a loan and you had to worry that it was not going to get approved because you were black?
Yeah.
Isn't that like damn near every time we apply for something?
Yeah. Yeah, like even you get that feeling like, oh shit. You know, so then when you get approved, it's just like, oh, whew, you take a sigh of relief. It's just like, oh.
And the thing about it is you not shocked that you did get approved. You shocked that you have to wait. You know it's so bad right now that cell phone carriers have a particular feature on every application that at the discretion of the representative that's working with you, they can immediately check whether or not they think this transaction is fraud, regardless of if you have all the correct information.
Oh.
So you know what that does right there? That puts the power of the person to say, I don't think that this person will be approved. Do you know that 87% of the customers who get flagged for fraud are black people?
Oh.
At several places of employment, something you didn't know. At several places of employment that I have actually worked at throughout my recent tenure as being a Samsung representative, I have actually witnessed customers be flagged as being forms of fraudulent activity. Not necessarily because they were buying Samsung products, but just flagged for fraudulent activity because of their appearance. And their appearance does constitute their skin color. Whereas I have actually seen those of white privileges be pushed through and approved only later to find out that they took said account information from a relative without them being known. I have literally had customers come back with full-blown bills saying we ran everything through, for this person to be approved for an account under their information, and this was not them. They did not give them authorization to make that transaction.
Right.
Yet, Lil Ray and them perfectly fine with whatever type of outcome is for them to get their new iPhone, comes in to get that iPhone that day and instantly gets flagged by the representative because of their appearance, and you ask the representative what happened. Oh, yeah, man, they were doing fraud. Like, no, they were not. They had legitimately everything they need, and it all matched up. You literally flagged them for no reason. So now, not only did you cost this customer from being able to get repeat business, you just lost repeated sale, because once he got approved, I knew for a fact he was going to go back and tell his 2 sisters and 3 brothers to come here from now on to get phones. But you judged them. Okay? All right, let's get back to our list. All right? Am I not made acutely aware that my shape, bearing, or body odor will be taken as a reflection of my own race? Now, this is white people, period. This is not a privilege. This is actually the counteraction to y'all having so many fucking white privileges. When y'all hair get wet, when y'all stink, when y'all sweat, whatever type of odor y'all produce, it is an odor that is of its own from white people. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the lack of melon. Y'all system that just don't process properly, but y'all do produce a body odor at times that is definitely related to y'all. For an example, Tasha, how many times growing up did you hear that white folks' hair smell like dog hair when it gets wet?
Now, let me say something. I have heard that. Now,
okay.
I didn't necessarily share that same view, but I have definitely heard that.
Okay.
So
number 2.
I heard it so much that when I because growing up, I grew up when I was younger mostly around African American communities. And when I got to middle school, I started being around other cultures. So I expected to smell that because I heard it so much. That's just the truth.
Now, at the same time, here's another reason why certain races and cultures get associated with certain scents. Because the chemicals that we actually physically use are distinctive to each culture because it's distinctive to our particular textures of whatever it is. For an example, black people are often known to smell like cocoa butter. For those of you who've never used cocoa butter is probably the best thing you can use on your skin no matter what race, creed, or color you are to keep your skin silky smooth. White people, if you want to avoid having as many fucking pimples as y'all have, believe me, cocoa butter will do you wonders. But because the word cocoa is in it, you immediately associated with African Americans. You know the other thing they associate with us, and I really fucking hate they do this? Pink lotion. I did not know they associated pink lotion with black people until I actually realized pink lotion is only sold in beauty supply stores that cater to African American communities. But not to talk about black people in regards to this, because we're talking about white privileges. You white people tend to smell like some of the weirdest hell gel shit known to mankind.
They don't, you know, their hair is different than ours, so they have to care for it differently. Like, it's like totally different texture. I have no idea what they use, certain gels or whatever, but it's just like stuff that we use, certain greases and stuff. We wouldn't use the same thing because our hair textures are very different.
Exactly. And white people, this is just me speaking from all the blacks in the world. Don't touch our fucking hair. Do not touch our fucking hair.
And I want to counter piggyback on that quick. It's like we were saying on previous shows. Okay, I worked in the accounting world. You know, whether I'm balancing the cash, doing the billing to get the cash in the accounting world. So I've pretty much all except I want to say one company been either the only African American female there or one of two, and there's always been a fascination with my hair in the many ways I can change it. Always. The conversation always comes up because they already have a fascination with African American hair, and they start asking me all these different questions. It's just amazing. So I get to talking about my hair and, different things, and it's like just a look of amazement on their face. They be like, oh, I wish I can do that with my hair. So there is a fascination with our hair.
It is. We don't care you guys are fascinated by it. We don't care if you copy it. We don't care if you